The local business project. Okay, so I think this is a pretty cool concept. I think there's a lot of potential with it. And what it basically is we let our local businesses pay a portion of their property taxes in gift certificates or claims to use their services at their store. Who's this going to affect most? Small and local shops, mechanics, something like an oil change, something like a restaurant, a meal, those kinds of things. Because if you have property taxes of $5,000, you've got to come up with that before you can start taking it home. But let's say we let our local businesses pay $500 in gift certificates. Well, instead of municipal employees necessarily taking their pay home, a lot of them don't. Well, some of them don't live in Brantford. Some of them don't spend a lot of money in Brantford. So, I mean, we're spending a lot of our taxation money out in labor costs, and it's not staying here. So we've got to come up with an incentive to do so. And I think if we look historically at what government jobs are, they're supposed to be steady. They're not supposed to be overly lucrative because, well, government doesn't compete with anybody for services, so you're pretty well guaranteed a job for life. But there's no incentive for them to stay local and shop local. And that's what I would like to do. I would like to give an opportunity, let's say a local restaurant, right? Instead of paying $500 in their Canadian currency, they get to pay $500 and say that if you come here and present us with, I don't know, there's lots of ways of doing it. It could be a literal gift certificate. It could be some kind of credit card, some kind of mobile app, some kind of code that is printed off, so you go in there and it says, whatever. The point is that we're allowing local businesses to pay their local taxes in their local production. Why do we want to do that? Well, as a local business owner that has had to compete with city services, it sucks. I was paying $2,000 a year in property taxes for the use of a basement at the corner of Colburn and Clarence. Now, in 10 years, that's $20,000. $20,000 in payments I was giving to the city of Brantford, and I didn't have one city of Brantford municipal client. One city of Brantford municipal student. I didn't have any of them. Why not? Well, the city of Brantford has tons and tons of subsidized daycare programs. Look at the Gretzky Center, right? Who do you think has more members, the athletic club or the Gretzky Center? The athletic club. Way more. And they pay a hell of a lot more too. But if we also look at the facilities, I don't think anybody can argue with the Gretzky Center being 50 some odd million bucks. I mean, good grief. 50 some odd million bucks when the all-star private business and competitive businesses can't build anything near that nice. In fact, we end up subsidizing it. Why? Who thinks that's right? No, I don't mind paying for local projects. I think taxation is a lousy method of doing it. I don't see any way of getting off of it in the near future. Definitely in the future. But in the near future, we're going to have to be stuck with this. And it really bugs me, and it should and I want to say a lot of our local business owners are in the same way and say, well, damn it, I'm paying all this money and you never use my services. You use those services, you do, but you always you always use your own, and I have to pay for it. And that is a real slap in the face to all of our local businesses. You talk about How do we make local businesses better? Easy. You stop charging them and giving them nothing. Simple concept. You stop taking away their business, but making them pay to take away their business. Very easy concept. So I think that by allowing local businesses to pay some of their local property taxes with their own labor and with their own production would go a long way. I mean, if we look at our restaurants and stuff like that, is Boston Pizza going to want to be a part of this program? Probably not. But our local businesses like Marconi's and Maria's Pizza and Burrito Brothers, they wouldn't mind doing those kinds of things. I mean, imagine that. Imagine your local daycare. A single mom, right? Down on her luck, so she started a home daycare. Her property taxes are $2,000, or let's say $3,000. Okay, so she can pay $300 to have another child come in. She's at home anyway, right? Maybe it'll be a new client because she can go and do that. Because now some municipal employee got $300 to go and spend there. Again, it's all about doing things locally, and I think that implementing a program that produces an incentive for local government workers to use local government services would provide a lot of good. So that's one concept that I'd really like to see implemented and explored, and make sure that if we do end up having a conversation about it, that we can get all the benefits out of it. That would really do a good job to promote local trade, and that's really what we need to do as a city. I don't think we can focus a lot of time and effort on it. That's why I would like to see it done with a passive, almost person-to-person way of city employees and our local business owners can go and use this service. I imagine it being very similar to Kijiji or an Amazon.com, like a website like that that's designed to link up municipal employees. What do they want? What's being offered? And boom, the transaction can happen like that. Something simple and easy, copy what's already being done. And I think that would be a really powerful tool, and that would spur a lot of local businesses, and that way we wouldn't be so dependent on government and the slow and inflexible style of doing things that government tends to have. We could have a lot more local stuff, and that's really where we want to go. So that's it. Please like and share. An excellent way to grow the local economy. Thank you very much. Dave Swanson.